All right, folks, got a Nissan Altima 2.5. You want to change spark plugs or ignition coils on a 4-cylinder 2.5? Let's do it. It's fairly easy on these engines. All right, right here, 1, 2, 3, 5mm Allen head bolts. Okay, you remove them. Then there's a little rubber grommet right here. They're just gonna pop it up and out of the way. Okay. Once you move it out of the way, you're gonna. Oh my goodness! There's nuts in here. That's nuts. Gotta be the squirrel or the mice, right? Oh well. You have to blow them off. Definitely blow them off before you take the plugs or the coils off, because you don't want to go into the engine. But since it looks like it's caked on there and it ain't moving, and it's actually below the surface, I am going to continue with this video to show you, because I know what I'm doing. All right, anyway, to disconnect it, you push these little tabs in here. Okay, you push down on them, and once you push down on them, they're going to release, and you're going to pull it backwards. Oh, you usually have 2 hands to do it. All right, pull that off to the side. Okay, this whole harness is flexible. So once you squeeze these little tabs, this will come out. This is a 10mm bolt. Crack that open. Take that off. Put it off to the side. Don't want to lose it. As for the coil, if you're just changing coils, this is where you are. You're going to give it a nice little twist to loosen up the rubber, and you're going to pop it right out. And this is your coil. Replace as needed. This one looks pretty good. A little small white powder there. This has got about 106,000 miles on it so far. All right, so I'm gonna put the coil up here. The spark plug, use a 14mm socket. That's right, 14mm, not your normal 5/8. Okay, this is bought at AutoZone. Comes in a kit with the other metric sockets. But Nissan, for some reason, they decided to use a thinner plug. All right, so once you crack that open, then you are on your way home to a spark plug. Right, spin it all the way out. It's a long thread. Once you spin it out, then you change the spark plugs. They're usually iridium spark plugs, so you don't have to gap them. But you do, when you take them out of the box, make sure that they do have a gap. Any kind of gap, because during shipping it could close up on you. All right, and there it is. This is the spark plug on this particular model right here. Get it out of focus over here. Okay, yeah, looks like that about 100,000 miles on it. All right, so we're just checking the spark plugs for the customer right now. We're not changing them, but you get to the store, you got a million choices of spark plugs that you want to buy. Okay, there's a plethora of them. Whatever brand you want to get, knock yourself out. Okay, so I'm going to disconnect this off the ratchet so I can spin it on. Okay, nice and easy. Locate the hole in there and spin it on. All right, notice no nuts have been harmed in this video. So, change the spark plugs, you put them in, you tighten them. There's a torque spec you can get. Believe me, a lot of people in this world do not do torque specs. You just make it nice and tight, because I'm going to come back to change the plugs on it, because I'm going to recommend that these plugs get changed. All right, now up to the coil. Grab the coil. Make sure it's nice and clean. Gonna drop it right in there perfectly. Try for the nuts. It's going to be centered, okay? Because you'll be surprised. Sometimes people force a coil in there and they miss the spark plug altogether. That has happened. And the car will start and run because it's off to the side. Okay? Off to the side, it's still sparking. It will spark. All right, I just happen to have a 10mm wrench next to me, so I don't have to switch sockets. There you go. That's in there. Put the little plug back in there. It should snap. Then that means you know you're good. All right. That's it. Put your covers back on. Do your other, spark plugs while you're there. There's a couple things you could change here if you want. There's a little PCV valve. Just grab that little clamp there, remove the hose, spin that off with a wrench, and change the PCV valve. Otherwise, you can clean it. If you remove it, clean it with a carburetor cleaner or brake cleaner. Let it dry fully and then reinstall it. Okay? What else is around here that we look at? Got the air filter that you can change. Look at the belts, make sure everything is good. All right? That's it. That's it for the spark plug and the coil change. All right? Put the covers back on, and then you'll be good to go. All right? And go get a blower and blow up those little nuts. All right. Thanks for watching. Ciao.